No.
What's going on?
What's going on? That's a good question.
It is. Seems to be a lot of confusing things happening right now.
Well, I got to tell you, like, that was an interesting.
That was some damn
period.
fine hockey, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it was like, and I mean, when you're taking a look here, what do we got? Like 14 shots on goal to their 3.
Goodness. We've been all over them that period.
Now, not to not be grateful, but with 14 shots on goal, I might have thought we'd 2-0.
Their goaltender's doing a hell of a job because, frankly, with 14 shots on goal, you're absolutely right. They should be a little bit higher on the scoreboard than they are with 14 shots. But you know what? Their goaltender is doing his job.
Brantford is definitely a good team.
And Brantford is definitely a good team. It's still a very close game. But, oh my goodness, that was an exciting period of hockey. Probably one of the best periods I've seen in a while from the Sting. Very happy to see Dalen Moses back in the lineup.
Yeah, and maybe that's a part of it, right?
Right up front. You know, Houston Hurt, he's doing his job with his men. You know, pushing people around, pushing people off the puck. And, you know, you can see them getting Brantford kind of rattled, you know, and it shows.
Well, the shots on goal definitely says they've been busy out there and staying in the way. The passing, you know, we see, and you see it from Brantford too. They're doing a lot of that long passing from side to side each, what I call, you know. And
well, it's been some smart passing tonight, which is, you know, not just the what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I got the puck on my stick. Let's get rid of it. You know what I mean? It's just not one of those things right now.
You do that again. That was kind of funny what you just said there. No, I know what you mean. Like, you know, I get excited and they're coming to get me, so I got to just get rid of it.
Absolutely.
Instead of looking around.
And panicking. Like, they're not panicking right now.
That's a good word.
You know, they're playing solid hockey.
They're staying in control.
They're staying in control of the puck. They're, you know, I think the thing that's impressed me the most is the number of pucks we've caught, you know, before they've gone out of the zone.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we're in the forward zone, we're putting on pressure, they're trying to dump it, and our D-men at the blue line are trapping those pucks before they leave the zone and keeping us right in on top of them. Yeah. I love that.
Great power play out there for.
It was awesome. It was,
and we're not used to that.
No, I haven't seen that out of the power play. They kept the pressure on.
It was very system oriented.
They only let them clear it once, which was great. Absolutely, very system oriented, and just, you know, being in the right place at the right time, seeing where the play was developing and being there. You know, we were putting guys in front of the net. You know, we were causing confusion and chaos and stuff like that. And, you know,
it seemed like
you can't win everyone, but
they were
certainly,
they were looking at that goal.
Yes,
very closely. And
well, that first one, honest to God, it looked like it hit the back crossbar at the top.
Yeah,
and came back out. Right, like it kind of, because it was a flip up, and then it looked like it hit the back crossbar and came straight out.
Yeah, it didn't look like, to me, like there was one vantage point, looked like it had kind of hovered over the back leg of the goalie, and then, but it was very clear to me that it was like, no, that's not in.
Yeah, but
I wondered if they were talking about. You know, somebody, I forget who it was, sticking their stick all the way in the net or something, but I don't know. Yeah. It was pretty obvious to me, not that I'm the expert, but it didn't look like a goal to me at all.
Well, from my vantage point, it certainly did look like a goal, but I mean, I'll bow to the instant replay gods and all that sort of stuff.
Wow, you'll give in to the officials,
I'm
will
fine,
you?
but you know what? For me, the bonus was, you know, that kept the pressure on.
Yeah.
You know, the Sting were persistent. They did not let their foot off that gas pedal at all. Even after that, you know, disappointing. But we get right back at it, and they just swarmed them. It was great to see.
They don't seem to be letting their foot off the vertical pedal on the right, as I like to say, right?
And absolutely.
Now, that being said, Brantford has gotten a taste of what the Sarnia Sting are bringing here tonight.
100%.
So now they're going, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't really see that coming, maybe, or
absolutely. I think
wasn't what we were thinking.
The key to the rest of the game is going to be to try and stay out of the penalty box and keep that pressure on in the forward zone. You know, if we can keep that up, play 60 minutes in their end,
So play the same period again?
Well, not necessarily the same period, but I think we got to keep that. We got to keep our control. We got to keep up the pace, the tempo of the game.
Yeah.
And I think we need to, continue to play in that forward zone and keep them on the ropes. Keep them having to play that defensive style of hockey.
Yeah. There's a bit of poking the bear going on out there too, of course. Well, a bit is probably there's quite a bit going on out there. But it seems like I feel like the last few times that the bear was getting poked, that it did get under the skin of the Sting, and it didn't. Our reaction wasn't well, I guess.
Well, we've held our composure pretty good
in
that first period. I think that was an absolutely critical key to just keeping that composure, keeping the control, in place, and look what happens. Pays off.
For sure. Well, we'll see what comes. I don't really want to say too much more about it because I'm expecting an exciting second period. Based on what we just saw, the Sarnia Sting obviously have been frustrated out there for some time, and they're finally getting a little more organized, a lot more organized, quite honestly.
Stay on that horse, baby.
And who knows where it came from? Did it come from, Dalen Moses being back, maybe a little bit? Who knows what the conversation in the locker room was? I want to attest to perhaps, a lot of times when they do these public appearances, Jay, it's for the fans, but I feel like sometimes it's for the Sting too, and there was a lot of people out there, as I mentioned before, and I think that kind of goes, wow, they're still
absolutely,
and who knows what the kids and the parents are saying that's maybe inspiring to these players.
Absolutely, a lot of kids in the crowd tonight, which is great.
Yeah,
and we're cheering loud, and Sting are delivering, which is absolutely terrific.
I got to tell you though, Jay, I'm a little disappointed in you.
Uh-oh, and me? What? What did I do now?
Well, I wear the special tie.
Yes.
And you haven't said a word about it.
This is fabulous.
It's too late now, Jay. It doesn't mean the same anymore. I would expect you to pick up on these things. I will say, it's the only Christmas tie I have. I only have one Christmas tie.
I have a couple of dozen of them.
So I thought maybe I'll get another Christmas tie for Christmas this year, and then I'll have two for next year.
That would be outstanding.
So I'm going to wear this to every home game in December.
I didn't realize again it was December 1st myself. Otherwise, I'm going to be wearing my Christmas jersey for the next.
Oh boy, I'm waiting for you to come with the flashy lights around your neck.
Absolutely.
Well,
I could probably make that happen.
I got to tell you, I got to pick on Lee Cunningham for a moment because he really can't say anything here. He might get after me later. But Lee does not wear ties.
No?
Can't get him to wear it. We tried to lie to him and tell him it was in his contract.
Nice.
And he's like, no way am I wearing a tie. It's radio. And then he sees my tie today, and every once in a while he sees one of my fancy ties, and he's always got a remark, and he's like, I'm getting dizzy. It's my tie that's making you dizzy, is it? I'm going to find a tie, and I'm going to buy Lee Cunningham a tie for Christmas.
There you go.
And then the purpose will be to try to catch him on camera.
Out of a bag like that.
Because I can't even catch him. I've caught him like twice on camera in like 8 years.
Oh, man. Boy.
And I start to do this up there, and then he's like, don't you do it.
Don't you do it.
Uh-oh. Anyway, Lee Cunningham.
Go Lee Cunningham.
You know what?
I used to wear a shirt and tie every day to work. So
I pretty much wear one every day.
When I'm out here, I don't put on a tie.
People don't recognize me when I don't have one on. They're like, I've never seen you. The motorcycle, maybe.
Nice.
I'm really impressed with what the Sarnia Sting's done out here in this first period. They seem to have tightened their skates up. And there's a few missed passes out there, but I think that par for the course of what they've been missing.
If I see more of that kind of hockey,
that would be great.
I'm going to be
okay with that. Yeah, here, get up there. We'll get you on camera. Come right out front. There, can you see? Okay.
Yeah, they're waving.
Say hi, Mom. The fans are here. Hey, don't forget, it's going to be nuts here. I'm so disappointed I'm going to miss it. It's going to be crazy here on Sunday afternoon.
Absolutely, teddy bear toss.
Playing against the Kitchener Rangers.
I want to see that big teddy bear. There's always every
one.
Year, somebody brings this enormous teddy bear that takes 4 guys to throw it over.
Do you know Matt Corey?
No.
Okay, friend of mine from public school. Anyway, he came here a few years ago, and he had it was taller than this, like it was huge.
Wow.
And yeah, there's always that one person that says, well, I gotta have the biggest teddy bear.
I used to have a friend who would actually get two bears, one guy and one girl, and they would make clothing for the teddy bears,
yeah.
and then they would throw them over.
So cool. I'm not sure what the number is, but I know last year they broke a record number.
Yeah.
Of
it was over almost 4,500, wasn't it last year?
It was over like $4,000 anyway. I'll find out that number for sure. Speaking of numbers, we're just north of 3,400 people here again today. Oof. Last time we were here was 3,404. Today we're 3,403.
Oh, oops.
So we're missing somebody.
Where's that one guy?
That one that had to screw it up for everybody. Okay, we're going to cut this one off and say thanks to all of you for watching. Please click the share button and keep rooting for your Sarnia Sting. If you're watching online, let us know where you're watching, or maybe you're listening to Lee Cunningham and Pat DeRoche up in the broadcast booth with CHOK. We'll be back here one more time before we get to post-game. Hopefully, we want to see this crowd go absolutely crazy when the Sarnia Sting,
one-game winning streak.
Right, so they pull off that W. That's all it takes is one to keep going. All right, once again, live from the concourse, the Sarnia Sting. I'm David Burrows. This is Jay Peckham.
Go Sting, go!